Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, for this era of basketball, we've been trying to tell you, LeBron fans, and this really isn't LeBron's era, but the 2020s is an era that LeBron has ruined. So, the NBA Finals Game 1 was a joke. NBA Finals ratings: Mavericks Celtics post worst Game 1 number since 2021. Wow. Woo. Wow. And some of the ratings, some of the worst ratings since 2007. LeBron James in the finals with the Spurs. And this is what I'll tell you guys. In the 80s, in the 90s, we had personalities. And that's why a lot of people, even if their team wasn't playing, as NBA fans, still watch the NBA Finals. You don't have too many personalities in this era right here. What's Luka Doncic's personalities? How about Tatum? How about Jaylen Brown? Crickets. So when we move to Kyrie, this is a guy that they done vilified. So now they can't make him no kind of hero or a personality that you can draw to. And listen, we try to tell you LeBron fans about the real game of basketball. And to the old heads that's been watching this for decades and decades and 30 years, 40 years of basketball, you want to piss in our face. This is not American basketball you see today. I've told you over and over and over again, these people on TV are lying. This is European basketball, soft basketball. Curry did not change the game. Even if they did, like I said, it would be Curry and Clay that was sitting at the perimeter shooting a three. Not the whole team, not the whole Golden State team. Clay and Curry both were shooting 40% plus. Now, but they didn't both change the game. They didn't change the game at all. It's a lie. They put this on Clay and Curry. The NBA changed the game to 4 guys sitting at the three-point line. I don't know what to say. The NBA is going down the drain. This is the championship game. This tells you where your fan base really is. The NBA is treading towards the MLB. Yes, they will have their what do you call it? Their base fans, kind of like the NHL. But TV ratings aren't going to be there. And I keep trying to tell you dummies, these guys are not making this kind of money. You've been told. Nobody's watching this. These guys are getting record-breaking contracts and nobody's watching it. ESPN, TNT, and now NBC giving all this money, billions and billions of dollars a year to the NBA to televise a dying product. Yes, you can believe all this if you want. It's a lie to me. These guys, supposedly over the years, supposed to be making tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollar contracts. Next thing you know, they're putting on makeup, sitting at a teleprompter, reading scripts. doing this for half the damn year. Have to be a color analyst. ESPN just made a big cut. What was it, last year or this year? They had to start a fake beef to make the dumb people believe that Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp was fighting because they don't want to tell you they didn't have enough money to pay all of them. They don't have enough money. So they brought him over to ESPN, where Disney owns ESPN and Fox. You guys are idiots. They had to fire Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy and Derrick Rose. All these people, they had to let them go. They can't afford them. Nobody's watching this stuff. You actually believe they gave, what's this guy's name? Whew, I forget this guy's name. The white guy had the podcast. Aaron Rodgers' buddy. Anyway, he went over to ESPN and they gave him all these tens of millions of dollars, made him more high paid than Stephen A. Smith. Based on what? How would you give a guy this amount of money without even giving him a 1-year deal first to see how it will work out? That's why I tell you, you can't believe anything these people say. And now his show is failing. These people don't make this kind of money. It's entertainment. Tell them that these people making all this money so they can charge all this money for popcorn, parking, tickets, a drink of alcohol. These guys ain't making this money, bro. They ain't making this money. The NBA is dying. It's dying. Nobody's watching it. And their main problem is LeBron James. People are going to continue to walk away from this NBA. Keep walking. Michael Jordan, I won't even say him. The dudes in the 80s and 90s were about attention to detail, loved to be perfectionists, worked on their game, didn't flop, didn't cry, played positional basketball. Then had people from other countries coming over, taking over the league. It was just different. I'm trying to tell you. And now we're really, this is where we are. We're talking about LeBron's son coming into the league. A guy that averaged 4 points a game. These are the league stories. WNBA women on First Take, on NBA Countdown. This is the NBA, bro. WNBA women in the All-Star weekend. WNBA players showing up at WNBA games. Why are they trying to promote this trash? The NBA is dumb, bro. I'm trying to tell you. It just ain't about 2020. It's about 2021, 2022. Nobody's watching this stuff. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the casual fans who are LeBron fans, they don't watch this trash. But they will sit up there and fight with you on social media, YouTube, Facebook, debate channels about this stuff. And they don't even watch the NBA. They just wake up and look at box scores, stat lines. That's all they look at. They don't look at that. They don't watch this because they know it's boring. Everybody's running the same offense. Nobody plays no defense. People traveling and flopping and carrying. What is this? No rivalries. All these teams hopping around. What is this? They telling us that, you know, number twos on the team are the highest paid players in the league of all time. Who would want to watch this? These players ain't putting forth the effort that players played with in the past. in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. Hell, not even the 2010s. You're making all this money for doing half the work that players were doing in the past, and you're not even getting the ratings. So make that make sense to me. How all these players are making all this money and the game is dying. You got to be an idiot if you believe what they're trying to tell you. You got to be an idiot. It's going dead. I don't know how the NBA fixes this. One thing that's going on, the demographic in the United States is totally changing. It's changing. These people that was watching the NBA, you got to remember, the people that was watching the NBA, most of the 90s, most of the 80s and 90s, I was still under 18. Definitely the 80s. But the majority of the 90s, I was under 18. So when we go back and look at those 90s era, you had people like my father, who is in his 60s right now, that watched the NBA. So it was a lot more people watching the NBA. Now people in their 40s and 50s don't watch this NBA because it's unrecognizable. It's not the NBA no more. You don't get old and don't want to stop. Just because you get older, you go, oh, I don't want to watch basketball. No. Maybe if you get like, I don't know, 70 or something like that. But people don't want to watch it no more because it's not American basketball no more. It's like I don't listen to rap music no more, not because I'm old. It's because it's unrecognizable. The beat, the harmony. It ain't about somebody rapping. They're not good storytellers. They all sound like little kids. And then people be like, oh man, they're young. And I'm like, okay, when I was young, all these dudes were young too. The LL Cool J's, the Tupacs, the Heavy D's, all these dudes, the Wu-Tangs, the Biggies, all these dudes was the same age, 18, 19, 20, 21, and they all sounded like men. They all had bass in their voice. They all sounded like men. These rappers today sound like little kids. They 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old today. They sound like they're 12. They sound like they ain't even hit puberty. And they're not really telling no story. There's no harmony in the music. All the music sounds the same. Tick, 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 tick. I guess the music and the sports kind of like goes together today. It's real fast. Everything's real fast. The football's real fast now. You can't really play no defense. It's just all about the wide receivers. Basketball is run and gun. You can't play no defense. Rap music, it's just real fast right now. They talk like they got something in their mouths. You can't understand nothing they say. So that's rap music. I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on Salt and Pepper, Heavy D, Tupac, Biggie, Method Man, LL Cool J. This type of stuff like this. Nelly, Busta Rhymes. All these people in the early 2000s, 90s, 80s. I grew up on hip hop. Snoop was young. Pharrell and them. I grew up on hip hop. Where they had harmony in the music. It's almost like today. I grew up on real NBA when you had real rivalries. You had real positional players that have positional skills. This ain't American NBA. Nobody wants to watch this stuff. So I don't know what to say. I forgot the game was even on. It was the first quarter was almost over before I realized that the game was even on. I forgot. And now they're putting this on the Sun. A lot of people was probably out Friday. No, it was Thursday. Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday. But I don't know, man. I think the only reason why a lot of people still watch it because they're betting on the game. But they done made the NBA more into a soap opera than an actual sports league. We didn't know it as a soap opera like that, a 24-hour soap opera like that back in the day. We didn't know it as that. And then all these sports debate shows, you're talking about LeBron James game every single day with the Lakers and dissect. He won or he lost. Oh, he didn't do this. This teammate didn't do that. What are they gonna do next game? Every single game, they talk about his game. And this guy is a 4-6 loser. Only 2 statistical titles. No positional skills. Not even an interesting dude at all. To be putting him on the forefront like that. And people say, "Oh man, y'all be talking." That's what they give us to talk about. That's the only person they want to talk about. A loser. And we're trying to convince the people this dude ain't even top 10. So they done killed their own NBA. They done killed, the ESPN killed a lot of sports. They got all these shows on all day on ESPN and Fox, and all they do is talk about LeBron James, in football and basketball. They don't talk about hockey. They don't talk about soccer. They don't talk about baseball. And these are the sports leagues that be on y'all network. That's what's so stupid. So yeah, and then the Mavericks get destroyed in game 1. A lot of people might not even watch it. This ain't the Celtics of old. People think, oh man, they're gonna have big ratings. This is the Celtics. This ain't the Celtics of old. No, this ain't. LeBron couldn't even pull ratings. When he wasn't playing with Curry, his ratings weren't that good in the finals. Which means nobody wants to watch this crap unless Curry is playing. Even when Curry was playing without LeBron, he didn't have too good of ratings neither. So we'll see what happens. But we've been telling you young people for a long time about this new NBA that they got, and you don't want to believe us. American people, if you young people can't carry this game, because older people aren't interested in it no more. They're just not. The older people that was interested in it when I was young, they loved it. The dudes in their 40s and 50s. But dudes in their 40s and 50s today don't like this stuff. So the young people, the casuals, that's what they are. The young people that will fight with you on social media, that will try to tell you about basketball, don't even watch this stuff. They don't. They go back and read the box score and look at stat lines. They're doing something else. They ain't watching this. And the more LeBron James keeps coming back just to sell merch for the Lakers, they're never going to get their viewers back. They're never going to get their viewers back. You guys tell me what you think, man.